It's with a touch of astonishment and no, I suppose it would be churlish not to offer congratulations that one should mark this remarkable milestone in British broadcasting. GB News is, for the first time in history, officially the most watched news channel in the United Kingdom. Not just at breakfast, not merely on Sunday mornings, but across the board, from the early hours to prime time. What began in 2021 as a bold insurgency against the staid orthodoxy of mainstream news has in 4 years become a dominant media force. In July 2025, according to the BARB ratings, GB News overtook both BBC News Channel and Sky News in daily average viewership. Its weekday prime-time programme blocks now attract over 102,000 viewers on average. On Sunday mornings, along the preserve of Laura Kuenssberg or Trevor Phillips, it was Camilla Tominey who triumphed with a 57% lead over Sky. And here, if I may, a personal word of praise among the youngest of its rising stars is the brilliant Tom Harwood, whose transition from spirited commentator to senior broadcaster and now impressively into aspects of programming management deserves particular recognition. Tom represents a new generation of broadcasters who are not only articulate and media savvy, but also strategically minded and institutionally committed. So congratulations to him. But let's not pretend that this is merely about ratings. GB News has succeeded because it has rejected the conventions that once defined British broadcast journalism, where its competitors have drifted towards a blend of technocratic blandness and metropolitan consensus. GB News has dared to be tribal, passionate, and above all rooted in what its directors call community-first broadcasting. Some see that as populist, others call it democratic. I call it slightly misguided, but I also call it entertaining. It's also worth noting that this success comes despite fierce headwinds. The channel has endured a sustained advertiser boycott, legal tussles with Ofcom, relentless scrutiny from pressure groups. Its financial model is still uncertain, over £100 million in losses since launch, underwritten by investors like Sir Paul Marshall and Legatum. But it's proving that political television can thrive, even under commercial siege. The channel's recent High Court victory against Ofcom's ruling on Jacob Rees-Mogg's programme was not just a legal win, it was a philosophical vindication. It was an assertion that the regulator had overreached and that freedom of expression included formats which blend political identity with journalism. Ofcom's latest attempts to prohibit politicians from presenting news segments has already been described by GB News as irrational, and one suspects the courts may once again be called upon. Now, to temper the triumphalism, we should note some qualifications. The BBC News Channel, in terms of total weekly reach, remains ahead, partly because of its huge presence on iPlayer. Sky News, meanwhile, leads on YouTube, especially among younger demographics. GB News may win on averages, but it does so with a smaller, more committed viewership. That said, loyalty matters. The average viewer of GB News stays longer, watches more attentively, and returns regularly. In an age where attention is the currency, that is a powerful asset. Moreover, its digital expansion is gathering pace. GB News is the fastest growing news platform in the United States. Its radio arm continues to gain reach, and this September it will launch its first show from Washington, D.C., aiming to reframe transatlantic news coverage from a British perspective, but without the usual elite filter. So what does this mean for British media? It means the centre of gravity has shifted, that a once mocked startup has built a loyal audience and battered down the gates of a complacent establishment. It means that pluralism has teeth, that alternative voices cannot be permanently excluded, and that in Britain, as in the United States, the old cathedral of public service broadcasting is no longer the only church in town. The challenge of GB News now is to build financial resilience to match its cultural success. If it can diversify its revenue, attract new advertisers, and maintain editorial discipline, it may well achieve its ambition of becoming the UK's biggest news channel by 2028. I offer my sincere congratulations to its presenters, the backers, and especially to the new generation of journalists like Tom Harwood, who are shaping the tone and the future of the channel. GB News has not only entered the arena, it has become for many the arena itself. It defies the bland and the boring, the non-biased BBC, which in the end turns out to be not so non-biased after all.